Hey everybody, it's the interview queen Alicia Atout here, and I'm absolutely delighted right now to be catching up with Xia Brookside. Hello.
Hi.
How are you? How have you been?
I'm good. I'm trying to keep busy. The dogs are definitely keeping me sane right now. How are you?
I'm doing okay. I'm hanging in there. Luckily, these interviews have been keeping me busy. My dog, he's like a 14-year-old Jack Russell. He's still crazy, so he's been keeping myself and my family busy. So, we're doing all right.
That's super cute.
I mean, how are you coping with everything going on in the world right now? And how are you kind of passing a lot of the time? Because I feel like right now, all we have is time.
Oh, so much time going on. I basically just every day I'm taking the dogs out for like an hour. So then that's like an hour out of my day. I'm also doing a online course as an
So
online
walking.
coach.
Uh,
Yes, also there's a walking challenge that I'm doing is like super fun and like keeps you motivated. And then like online courses as a wellness coach and just reading and just trying to keep busy.
how did you come up with the idea to want to do this walking challenge? Because it's not only a challenge for yourself and for you to push yourself every day, but also fans can actually do it with you, which is super cool.
Yeah, I actually saw a girl that was on American Idol,
Oh,
surprisingly. And I was following her on Instagram and it popped up and I was like, oh, I'm gonna check this out. And she was like doing her own walking challenge. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna join in. And then I like fell in love with this app and just then I created my own walking challenge. And I was like, it's just a good way to be able to connect with fans and like just keep them like mentally kind of there during this time. It's fun.
something a lot of people have been doing during quarantine while being stuck at home. A lot of people have been messing up and playing around with their hair. And I know for you, so have you seen the videos going around, by the way? Like people cutting their bangs. And I'm like, what are you doing to yourself, people? But anyways, a lot of people though are messing around with their hair. And I know with you, you were actually talking about going back to your natural hair at some point. So is that something you're considering doing during this whole quarantine? Or, tell me a little bit about that. We always talk hair.
I will definitely not be touching my hair myself. I've been dyeing my hair since I was 13, so for 8 years now, I've been dyeing my hair, and I've not been a natural color since then. Even like dyeing it natural, because I don't really even know like what color my hair is now. Like all the pigmentation's dead in it and everything. So I've actually just been using this time to like let mine grow, because it was like here 2 years ago.
Right.
Like even the last time we did like an interview together, my hair was like super short and like just crazy. So I actually haven't even done my hair during any of this quarantine. I'm just like wash it and leave it.
I'm the exact same way. I've even been thinking like my hair's stupidly long to the point where it has to get cut. And my sister actually cuts my hair. She's really good at it. So I was like, this is a good time where if I have like 6 inches that I'm gonna get rid of anyways, like maybe I'll like dye the ends or something. And if I hate it, I'll just cut it off. Like at least I'm doing it's a risk, but like it's not a big risk because I can just get rid of it. But I've seen a lot of things where I'm just, oh, I'm so glad that we didn't do that to ourselves.
Yeah, I'm like, part of me wants to like dye in a natural color, but I'm actually more scared to go natural than I am crazy colors.
Why?
I don't know, like my hair's just been colored for so long that I'm too scared to be like natural.
Oh, you could pull it off, no problem. Like that's not in question.
I don't know, I've gotten so used to it being like vibrant and just like fun.
Yeah.
But then I do just want to like dye my hair brown and see what I'd look like.
I mean, at this point, hopefully in the next couple of months, those types of places will start to open, and perhaps that's when you can start experimenting with it and just see. There's no harm, right?
I think I'm gonna go like silver next. So like,
Ooh.
and like a silver, like white silver, I feel is like the most natural I can go at the minute. But it's
I
not.
love how that's natural. That's amazing.
Beats bright pink and bright blue.
Right. No, that's a fair point. Oh,
And then
something.
like a rainbow at one point,
Yep,
where
I remember that.
roots and then like lilac into pink. That was hard.
Well, something I discovered about you the other day is the fact that you actually can't swim. So I was wondering, is that something because I know I love bringing up these little tidbits about people, but is that something because you're frightened of it? Have you just never learned to? Like, what's the real reason behind it?
So when I was a kid, like I loved swimming, but I could only ever swim underwater. I can't swim on top of water. It's so
Okay.
weird. I don't know why, like, because I guess when you're underwater and you're just holding your breath, like you're fine. But I cannot swim on top of water. It's kind of like I can swim to not die, I say. How do
I can imagine you on top, like the dogs that we own, just like, help.
I don't know. I loved it as a kid, and then I didn't go swimming for like years, and I went back in the and then with my hair too. So because I've been coloring my hair for so long, I was like, I don't want to go in the water in case it changes the color.
Right.
So if I ever went in, I'd like just walk around and try and not get my hair wet.
I like how you just waddled there.
Try to like walk through the wall.
Well, maybe during this time, it's something you can at least try. It's funny too, because I've seen a lot of people when I go to parks or quarries, and they'll be around our age, and like they'll have floaties on because they're still learning. You know, there's no harm or shame in it. So perhaps when we do another catch up, we'll have a little update, and you've gone above the water, not just under.
Fingers crossed. I went to Australia and I'm like terrified of the sea. So when I was like, I think I was about 9 or 10, we went to Turkey on holiday. And my sister was like adamant about going into the sea. And I was like, fine, we'll go in. And I actually got taken out in a wave. And my mum had to like
That's
grab
scary.
me. So I've been like terrified of the sea ever since. And obviously living in the UK, it's not very often that you go in the sea because it's freezing. But I like paddle in the water, but as soon as it like starts sweeping you away, I'm like, nope, I'm out.
Yeah. That's a good reason, though. I recently went on vacation in the Dominican with my family, and this was like a few months ago, and the tide was just massive. Like you couldn't even swim every time you'd get taken out. And they just kept laughing at me because for some reason I was resilient, and they would just sit and watch the tide just blast me. Like it was brutal, and I regret every second of it. So
It's so scary.
it's terrifying. It really is. Well, one of the biggest differences since I first had you on, I think it was maybe 2.5 years ago, we were at a Rise Shimmer show. You were just really starting to work with a ton of super cool companies. And I remember that day was the first day I ever did a live in ring promo. Like we've grown so much since then. And now you're with WWE NXT UK, and it's been so cool seeing you on there. So just tell me a little bit about your experience being with that brand. Of course, you have the connection through your dad. I know how much it means to you. So I would just love for you to talk a little bit on that.
It's been so crazy. Like we had our interview it would have been May 2018, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I think it was May 2018, and I got signed in August. So I went out and did the Mae Young Classic, and then after that they were like, oh, we want to take you back to NXT UK and see how you go. And then it just like all happened from then. And I'm like, I've almost been signed for 2 years, and I'm like, where has that time gone?
Right.
Well, being able to go to like the performance center and just train is so amazing. And like, as you say, like my dad's there, but we still haven't trained together until this day.
No.
Yeah, we still haven't done anything.
Has it not been like right place, right time, or is it maybe like
We kind of
what?
don't.
Really?
Yeah, because we tried once, and I was like, hey, show me some things. So we get in the ring, and he was like, I can't. This is our first time in the ring together. And he just gets out.
Just walks away.
But I get it. Like, I grew up watching him, and then now he's like, my daughter wants to train. And like, I'll always be like his little girl to him, so I kind of get it. Yeah. But
That's actually adorable.
we're like passing ships. We're like, hi, hello.
Right. Oh my gosh, I would have never known. But I'm so happy you're having a good time there. And of course, now everyone's taking a break pretty much from all the promotions we work with. But it makes me really happy that you're there and you're enjoying it and everything's been positive. So that's awesome.
It's really fun. It's a good group. It's a real good group to be around. And like, we like obviously now we've got so much time off. Like, I think the most important thing is for like everyone to just stay in touch. Like we're having like online classes every week now, which is like super cool, and just keeping in touch with everyone and still learning. Like it's so boring just sitting here. Like everyone's like, oh, I love time off. Like wait until the day's off, and we're just like, I want to go back to work now.
Yeah, that's always the thing. I remember like weekend after weekend I was traveling. It was like 3 months in a row I didn't have a weekend off. And it does occur to you sometimes. You're like, oh, it'd be nice to have a weekend off. And now I've had like 2 months of weekends off and I'm just going insane. So yeah. We'll be back eventually.
Yeah, my tour last time to America, and I was like, I think I worked like 14 days straight. And I was like, I cannot wait for a day off. And then as soon as that day off happens, you're like, you get like cabin fever. You're just like, what do I do?
Well, one of the things that does go hand in hand with wrestling, as we're discussing now, it is the traveling. So I was curious, for those long car rides that we've both experienced and those really fun drives, if you could have any 3 people for one of those drives with you, who would you love to be in the car with you? It can be fellow wrestlers, celebrities, musicians, like anybody.
Oh, that's hard. Don't know. For like a long car ride, I definitely have my dad in there. Cause like this is a little story. There was one time like he broke the CD player in the car, and we were driving from Leicester to Liverpool, which is like 2.5 hours, and we just like sang the whole time, and it was just one of those like no matter who you're with, like, or there's no music, whatever, we just like made conversation. And if you've driven in silence, it gets tiring very quickly. Yeah. So like, I'm all for anyone that will listen to music and just sing. I hate when people, like when I'm driving, I hate when people get in and they just sit there in silence. I'm like singing away to myself. So,
Same way.
I'd definitely say my dad. Who else? It's a good drive. I'd say my partner. Definitely. And one more. I'd say Piper Niven.
Okay.
Yeah, she's a blast.
That's awesome. That'd be a really fun ride.
Yeah. I'm not really like into traveling with celebrities. You know how they're like, if you could talk to one person, I'd hate it to like, you know, when someone like perceives someone in a certain way and then they meet that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'd hate that. Like I've always wanted to meet Avril Lavigne, but then I'm like, I don't want to.
I know.
Praise.
Well, I know how much you absolutely love music, and that's one of the things that we really talked about in our first interview. So if you could, rather than talking about celebrities then, if you could have one band write some entrance music for you, who would you really love to do that?
Oh. Right now, probably State Champs.
I had a feeling you were going to go pop punk. I knew it. I didn't know if you were going to pick State Champs or like Neck Deep, but I had a feeling.
It was between those two.
I knew it.
That's what I was like. No, I actually reached out to State Champs about a song that they brought out called Where I Belong. And I'm like, I really want to use it as ring music, and we're like trying to set it up. So I think that'd be really cool. Yeah.
They're huge.
On that one.
A couple of the guys in the band are like massive wrestling fans. I did just like a sole wrestling interview with 2 of the members. Like we didn't even talk about their music because they're just fanatics. So that'd be super cool to happen.
Yeah, they were like super up for it. So we're just trying to like sort out all the other things that go with it.
I hope it happens. It'd be sick.
Yeah, it'd be super
awesome. Well, I just want to say thank you so much for hopping on here, for catching up. I'm really happy that we were able to do this. It's been too long, so I'm really glad.
It has. It's been fun. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Everybody, this has been Xia Brookside. I'm the interview queen, Alicia Atout. Be sure to check out aliciaatout.com for all exclusive interviews and features, and we will see you all next time. Bye.
Bye.